it is a little bit early to go ahead and start opening a bottle of wine, but this might give you a few good ideas about what to open for National Drink Wine Day. After all, it is President's Day. If you have the day off, you could go ahead and maybe have a glass or two and always drink responsibly. But we're here at Corks. We're talking with the experts about some wine trends. Mario, you're always a welcome guest with us on Wednesday for a Wine Wednesday, and thanks for joining us for National Wine Wednesday or National Drink Wine Day. Tell me a little bit about what we have on display here.
Well, actually, Joe, this morning we have some wines that I'm usually fielding questions about: Moscatos, Moscato d'Asti specifically, and also local wines such as Heinemann, Mon Ami, and also Firelands. These are sweeter wines, and like I said, we field questions more so about these at the store. Granted, we do also field questions about wines that are more red and a little bit more ageable, but we usually field more questions about these. And several of these are actually house pours, like this Moscato d'Asti over here. Castello del Poggio is from Olive Garden. And there's also the Riscato, which is now available and has been for about 10 months, not on premise. And also the Primo Mori Moscato is another wine that is actually served at Olive Garden.
Do you think that that brings a little bit of popularity to it because they don't have the option to go ahead and get it on their own, and so it's kind of that tease forward until they finally release it?
There was definitely a point where people were coming into the store trying to get this Riscato specifically, and it wasn't available, and then once it was, people were very happy that it was available at that point. I think that in general, you know, these types of wines are very easy drinking. Somebody who wants to get into wine specifically would enjoy something like this. Some of these d'Astis are actually what are called frisonettes or frizzantes, which means fizzy. So they're very light, less alcohol, very easy drinking.
All right, well, we're running a little bit out of time here, but if people, of course, want to go ahead and learn more about wine, you guys have your wine tastings, right?
Yeah, 6 to 9 p.m. on Thursday evenings, and some of these are available for those. And usually if you can hit our Facebook for Corks Wine and Liquor, then you can find out what we're actually going to be tasting that week.
All right, well, that's what they're tasting later on this week. It is National Drink Wine Day, so you know what? Find a new bottle or find something that you like, pop a cork, and enjoy yourself today for National Drink Wine Day. If you just want to start your adventure into drinking wines, well, we're going to set you up with a few bottles that you might want to get started with if you want to celebrate National Drink Wine Day, but maybe you're not too comfortable with wine. So I'm talking here with Mario from Corks. Mario, what do we have on display here?
Well, we had talked about a little sweeter wines earlier. These three wines here we have this morning, actually a Chardonnay, Macave Village, which is from France, which I would suggest if you're not a big Chardonnay drinker. Relatively polarizing grape, but I think if you try French Chardonnay, you would find it to be very interesting, nice, easy drinking wine and good food wine. The second one is a Napa Cellars Pinot Noir, which if you're getting into reds, lighter style grape, something that actually is going to have less tannin, which is the astringent quality that people think is dry specifically. And this is an easier drinking, and this one's basically about $9 cheaper than what it normally is at $15.99. And the last one is an unfiltered Malbec, which people are very much so into Malbec at this point. A wine that John and I had talked about last week about opening a wine up. This one can be decanted, which means that there is some sediment left in the wine, and they try to let the wine stand on its own so that basically what's imparted with the wine is the specific thing the winemaker wants to do.
Now, really quickly, because we're running a little short on time, but when you're thinking about getting into wine, a lot of people have that price point idea in their head that, man, I'm going to be spending an arm and a leg to get into something like that. But you're saying that that's not usually the case.
No, I don't think that's the case. I believe that there are ageable wines that are going to cost you a little bit more money, but you can find something specifically that is, I would say, $15.99 and under that are very tasty, easy drinking wines, and with the, I would say, the palate of people in our country specifically that are cocktail drinkers, definitely wines that are $9.99, $8.99, $11. Very good juice out there that's not very affordable.
Very affordable wines, and that's what we're talking about for National Drink Wine Day. We want to remind everyone out there, remember, drink responsibly, everybody. Don't drink and drive. Limit yourself. And if you have any questions about wine, you can find Mario here at Corks in Perrysburg.